Hello everyone. Welcome to this topic of transactions in DBMS part 1. Now transaction is one of the most important topic of DBMS and it plays an important role in correct execution of queries and other operations. So by definition, a transaction is a unit of program or a collection of instructions that can access database items and it can modify them also. So in other words, a transaction may read a data item or it may write it. For example, when you check account balance, it is just reading a data item. When you withdraw money, it is both reading and writing or modifying it. When you view your reservation PNR status, it is just viewing or read operation. So all these three are example of a DBMS transactions. A transaction may involve multiple statements. Like suppose you withdraw 500 rupees from a bank account X. Now it may involve multiple programming steps, but here we are taking only three for illustration. First of all, read the value of account X, that is the balance amount. Then change the amount by 500, that is minus or reduce 500 from it. It may take place inside RAM and write back again the value of account balance. Okay, so these three steps makes up a complete transaction. Although in real time programming there will be many more steps, but here we have taken only three for illustration. Now when we are dealing with transactions, there are two main things that are to be taken care of. Number one, there can be different types of failures during the execution of transactions, such as your system hardware may fail, your hard disk may crash, your network may fail, or any other type of error might come. Secondly, in today's environment, there can be multiple transactions executing in a system, and many of them can be operating on a same data item. For example, your bank account can be accessed through different ways like ATM, mobile app, you can go to bank counter, and different type of application may access your same account at the same time. Such type of situation is called as concurrent execution of transactions. So in this scenario, we have to take care of many things that we will see in coming slides and coming tutorials. Now a transaction can go through number of states. For example, it can be active, it can be waiting, it can be partially committed, it may fail. When it fails, it is aborted. When it is completed successfully, it is committed. So Oracle also has a very complex but a very strong transaction management system. And for this, number of independent software modules have been incorporated into its main database engine. For example, if you see Oracle components, there are many components that collectively take the responsibility of running the transaction successfully. Now, before we move ahead to asset properties, let us take an example. We have a table called as select star from test. Okay. This is the same again table select star from test. Now, as you can see, I have opened two windows and in both the windows, same table has been displayed. Now, this is one of the transaction feature that Oracle allows that you can open multiple instances of a transaction in a single system. I can open 50 windows and in each of the window I can work on the same table. But Oracle handles them very efficiently. That is, see an example. Now suppose here in this window you type delete from test where roll number equals to 9. Now what you can see, one row deleted. Now again type the same query. As you can see, 9 has gone. Earlier there was 9, 9 has gone. But when you come back to this window and you try to write the same query, select star from test, what you can see is a little bit of surprising answer that 9 has not gone. Now, it is not an error, it is not a malfunction of Oracle. Rather, it's a very complex transaction management system. It is because of a concept called as transaction commit process. Now, since you have not committed this transaction till now, therefore, other windows or other applications which are accessing the table will get the non-committed copy of the table. It means before the execution of this delete, the table was having 8 rows. So all other users or login will see only these 8 rows. However, in this login window, the rows has been changed to 7. So this is what this window shows. You can call it as partially committed, but not 100% committed. Okay, you can call it as waiting or whatever is. Now when it will be displayed here also, suppose you type commit complete. Now you try to write this query again here. Now you can see 7 here are displayed. So once a transaction is commit means now the changes made by the previous transaction will be visible to all. Okay, so this is one aspect of transaction management system. There are many others that we will see in coming slides, but this is one of the aspect. Okay, now the same thing happens in case of delete also, but in a little bit different way. Now suppose you type delete from test where roll number equals to 11. One row deleted. You see here it is showing you, but here it will not show you. Select star from test. Okay, now if you try to delete it here again, same query, now what will happen? See, now it has gone into wait state. Nothing is happening. Now you can see not responding has come. Okay, now Oracle is designed in such a way that if you try to delete same row, one of them will go into wait state. You may also call it as a deadlock state. Now, but if you, as soon as you type commit here, see what will happen. You type commit here and this screen has moved forward, but 0 rows deleted because this is already deleted here. Okay, I hope you have understood. See you in next video. Thank you.